Hey guys, I've been on a Jim Rohn kick lately, and as I was driving home from work, he was kind of in the middle of talking about, reflecting on your past, taking time to write things down, looking back on your life, reviewing the month, the year, the last few years, whatever, and using that data, that information to improve the next year, right? He's like, can you imagine he was talking to his dad at some point and saying, you know what, isn't it amazing you can take 75 years of life and apply it to that 76th year? Like, that's a new perspective on life, right? Well, as I'm listening to him talk about these really cool principles of life and using the information you gain in a year for the next year, it kind of makes me think of all these, books and things that I'm always reading and talking about and things. And a lot of people read a lot, a lot of people watch documentaries or read good books or are constantly researching, they just love to research. But here's the thing. If you don't have enough self-awareness to apply the information you've gained over the last year or from the books you read, the talks you hear, etc., it's just useless data. It's just entertainment and it's all kind of nonsense, right? Which is why self-awareness is so important, and I preach it over and over and over, right? It is very difficult to change very much if you don't know where you are, right? And gosh, and most people don't know where they are. It's kind of counterintuitive. We all think that we know ourselves well. And I've given lots of information and examples of this through different books and real life scenarios. But it's very difficult to get a good understanding of how you're perceived by the world and how you interact with others from their perspective, right? The things that hold you back. It's much easier to break down someone else's life, right? Think of your, siblings or your in-laws or your whatever. You can just pick them apart, right? You can see all these habits, these communication techniques, the codependency or the disconnection or, the variety of family cultural things that happen, right? To people that are close to you, but not, your family of origin. You can pick it apart so easy. But you can't do the same with your own life, at least in an effective way. We all think we know how we are, right? We can define certain things, but science shows that we don't really know ourselves that well in a lot of ways, right? We know our interests, right? I like to play basketball. That's great, but that doesn't necessarily say a lot about how I'm perceived by others when I play basketball, or how that translates into communication at work and what gets me going at work and what kind of bums me out, what gets me depressed, what gets me excited, we can kind of get to know these things, but there's a lot of attributes about ourselves, especially in our habitual routine type stuff, codependencies and disconnections and stuff like that. It's hard to get a good grasp of that about yourself. So you need help. You need outside sources. Well, I'm starting to ramble. The point of this is information is awesome. Education is amazing, right? Continually learning is the key to starting anything new. However, if you don't have self-awareness, it's all just for nothing. If you've got great self-awareness, you know exactly where to apply these new principles that you learn in order to create change and spark growth, right? We all have, this is a great point that Jim Rohn hits on all the time. Basically, we all live in in this world, the same world. We've all got, seed, soil, rain, and sunshine to work with, right? The economy kind of goes up and down, but it doesn't I mean, how much does it affect you day to day when the economy goes up or when it goes down, right? The stock market goes up, stock market goes down. How much does it change your life? Not a whole lot, right? When your brother, sister, mom, dad, distant relatives change their negative attitude to a positive attitude, how much does it affect your life? Not that much. How about the opposite, right? The positive people become negative. It doesn't affect you too much, right? So the point is, you need to change yourself in order to change your life, because you can't rely on the economy to change and make your life better. You're still going to be pretty much the same. So it all comes to changing yourself through learning and education and applying the principles that you learn in the appropriate way, right? And you'll exponentially grow if you have self-awareness and can apply them in the correct ways. We'll catch you next time. Check out the website. A couple of book reviews coming up, and make sure you get on our Facebook, The Lifestyle of Healthy, Wealthy, and Happy. We'll see you around.